Well, meanwhile, the Israeli Air Force has struck deep into Lebanese territory today. Residents reported explosions near the city of Baalbek in the Bekaa Valley, significantly further north than most Israeli strikes in recent months. And the Israeli military has confirmed it did strike Lebanon today, this coming just one day after Israel's Minister of Defense vowed to step up attacks on Hezbollah, even if a ceasefire is reached with Hamas in Gaza. Well, covering the story for us from the Israeli side of the frontier is our reporter Andrew Hilliar. He joins us live now from Kiryat Shmona, which is a few kilometres from the border. Andrew, first of all, just tell us what happened today.
Yeah, well, the Israeli military striking a target deep inside Lebanese territory in Baalbek. That would make it the deepest strike inside Lebanese territory since the outbreak of current hostilities back in October. Back in October, we saw, of course, how things began here with tit-for-tat skirmishes. And I think this fits a pattern of a slow and steady escalation along Israel's northern border. There have been deaths since then on both sides, deaths of both military and civilians. And just yesterday, Israel accusing Hezbollah of firing a salvo of rockets at the town of Kiryat Shmona, not far from where I am right now. That town actually evacuated back in October, now deemed too unsafe for residents. The Israeli military also claiming yesterday to have downed a drone that it says was sent into northern Israel from southern Lebanon. Those are Hezbollah attacks in response to the IDF, for its part, striking again Hezbollah targets deep inside Lebanese territory. And even since we arrived here in northern Israel earlier today, we've heard now and again the roar of fighter jets in the skies above our heads. Again, a clear sign of a country on a war footing.
And Andrew, as you say, many Israelis in this part of the country where you are have been evacuated. They've moved further south. But some people presumably are still there. I know you've been speaking to residents. What are you hearing from them as to how they're feeling as this conflict with Hezbollah as well as in Gaza drags on?
Well, here I think there is that ever-present fear of a full-blown conflict. Back in October, towns and villages that sit right on the Lebanese border were all evacuated. But for people here in towns like this one, Kibbutz Amir, where I am right now, that weren't evacuated because they sit just a little bit further back from the border, many of them telling me that they feel like they've been abandoned by the government. They say that if a full-blown war were to break out along this northern border, they say they could be amongst its first victims. They say their children have grown used to studying in bunkers. They've grown used to hearing daily sirens warning of incoming rocket attacks from southern Lebanon. So, you know, there's not just an impact on daily life, though. There's also an impact on politics, too. Municipal elections are taking place across much of Israel tomorrow, but not in communities like this one, where they're being delayed for the third time since October.